What's going on, guys? So, I just want to take a few minutes and talk about brokers. I know I've received a couple messages this week about, hey, JP, which broker do you think is best? Which brokers do you recommend? And honestly, it just comes down to preference and what you're looking for in your broker and what's important to you. I know me personally, I find four things that I really need in a broker. And if that broker checks all four of those boxes, then that's the ones that I use. I use three different brokers right now, and it's just because I've gone through a couple different brokers and have had problems with a few, and they just really haven't ticked all those boxes for me. I know some of the traders that I know like those different brokers, but me personally, I have my three that I stick to just because of preference, really. So the four things that I look for in a broker are very simple, guys. The first thing is spreads. I need a broker that has low spreads. I don't want to pay the broker 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pips just to get into a trade. For those of you guys that know or use different brokers, one of the spreads that typically has like a 6, 7 spread is the pound JPY. I typically get into that trade probably around 4 pips, maybe a little bit less. I'm not a big pound trader, but if I want to get into that trade, I can, because my preference is to get into trades where spreads are lower than 4. So knowing that I can get into that trade because it's lower than 4, it ticks that box for me. So finding brokers that have low spreads is important to me, and the three that I'm going to talk about really check that box. The second thing is leverage. Some people are fine with the 1 to 10 leverage, 1 to 50 leverage, especially those that are just getting involved and getting started with Forex, because they want to learn. They just want to dip their foot in the water, which is fine. I know when I started with an account that had a 1 to 50 leverage, but as time kind of went on and I started testing different brokers, I jumped in and found that my preference is finding a broker that is 1 to 100 or 1 to 500 leverage, somewhere in between there, just so that I can have more leverage in my account. I can get into more trades if I need to, and just kind of play the market in that terms. Now, it's not to say that you find these large leverage accounts so that you can over leverage your account. No, it kind of comes down to risk management at that point. But finding an account or a broker that offers that high leverage really makes a difference, especially once you get further into your trading career. Then the third thing that I really focus on is finding a broker that has good customer service, because I found some that just are not the greatest at getting back to you in a timely manner or answering questions that you may have. So that is something that I really found that needed to be important to me when it came to my brokers. And then the fourth thing, and probably the more important thing, is how to deposit my account. Like, what methods do I have to deposit and withdraw from my account? Because some brokers just have a hard time paying accounts out, and it's nothing more frustrating than knowing that you have money in that account, you're doing a withdrawal, and they're not paying out. They're holding my money, or they're charging crazy fees just so that I can get my money back. So I don't typically like brokers that have problems paying out, just like anybody else would. And again, I look for brokers that it's easy to deposit money into, because I want to get my account funded. I want to get my account verified quickly so that I can start trading with them. So the first account, or the first broker that I really use and is at the top of my list, is LQDFX. These guys are phenomenal. They check all four of my boxes. Like I said before, the first thing that I really look for is the spreads. Their spread count is pretty great. I can get into trades with a low spread. I'm probably paying about 0.5 on a US or a Euro USD trade, and for sure less than 4 pips on a GBP JPY trade. So that's important to me. The other thing that I really like about them is that they offer a 1 to 500 leverage. So, like I mentioned before, I can get into more trades. They're fronting me the money, they're leveraging me the money. So, I'm able to get in and out of trades when I want. I don't have to worry about, oh, I've reached my cap, as if I was with a broker that offered a 1 to 50 trade leverage. So, really like them in that regard. Then, customer service wise, they're pretty good. They're pretty responsive. They check that box off. And then finally, the payout and deposit method. I personally like to deposit money and withdraw money through crypto. So they give you that Bitcoin option. They also allow the wire transfer and the VLoad card. You can't really use a credit card or a debit card with them because they don't offer that. But the alternative to that is just using a VLoad prepaid card or funding a crypto account and just paying with Bitcoin, which is how I do it. So the second broker that I really like is Hugo's Way. Hugo's Way doesn't have the greatest spreads, just like our first broker, but they do offer great customer service and they do offer high leverage. So their leverage on their accounts are 1 to 500 as well, just like our first broker, and they have 24/7 chat support. So if I have a question or have an issue with my account, I know that I can go to my live chat option, ask a question. I think I've spent no more than 20 minutes overall with their chat team on my problems. So they're really great in that regard. And then they're also great for people that want to deposit or withdraw through a debit card or a credit card. So they're one of the very few brokers that I like that actually give that option. They also give the crypto option, the wire transfer, the VLoad, all that stuff. But they do offer the debit card and credit card option. So it's pretty quick to fund an account with them. Like I said, their spreads aren't as great as our first broker, but they're not terrible. So I would definitely take a look at them. And then finally, the last broker that I really like is Trader's Way. Trader's Way has the best spreads that I've seen in a broker so far. It's crazy low. I can get into a trade and almost instantly be at break even. So I really like them in that regard. The only thing that puts them in number 3 in my list is that they offer a 1 to 100 leverage. So it's not as much as the other two guys, but it's not the worst thing in the world because it'll help save your account at times. When it comes to customer service, they're not the greatest, but they're a lot more responsive than other brokers that I've used. So that's why they kind of made the list for me. And then finally, the deposit and withdrawal method is the same as our first broker: VLoad prepaid card, wire transfer, and cryptocurrency Bitcoin option. They actually allow like a lot of different currencies, especially currencies that I've never heard of in regards to the crypto market. But yeah, so if you like those exotic cryptocurrencies, I'm pretty sure that they take that. So you guys can take a look at them for that if that's kind of what you like to do. But yeah, guys, I mean, like I said before, choosing a broker is really comes down to preference. What's important to you might not be important to me, but I just wanted to share with you guys my thoughts on it because, like I said, I've been receiving some questions about it. So I encourage you guys to click the links below. I'll link up the brokers in the description here so you guys can take a look at them and kind of get an idea and a feel for who they are and what they have to offer. So like I said, guys, click the links below. Check us out. Make sure you subscribe to the page and shoot me a message of anything. All right, guys? Have a great day. Hope you guys are being profitable and see you guys on the market. Later.